Alright. Having a bit of a late start today, but I still feel like I can make some progress. And you may have noticed that I've done a little bit of off-stream work. I actually grinded up enough stat points to wear, the Drake's Sword, make the beginning of the game easier. Because I wanted to actually do this in the interest of time. I don't want to be spending too much time, grinding out long swords and that kind of thing. So we're actually just gonna kind of push through this. Yeah. I mean, actually in the future, I expect a lot of my streams to run late into the night. 'Cause that's just how, I don't know, that's how high I am, I guess. Today, it wasn't because I wanted to be late, it was just because I was doing things. So, unfortunately... Whoa, easy. You did not leave it open, I swear. I bet you money that you did not leave it open. You're just trying to make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Yeah, actually yesterday I had a problem with viewing the stream chat, as you guys can probably tell. Oh my god. Like, I had everything set up and it just didn't work. It just fell through, basically. But now I'm actually trying completely different software. It should be totally different. I don't have to run the stream, and I don't have to run even the preview, which is low intensity anyway, but still, this is actually even lighter than that, or it should be, because it's not even on my computer. So it wasn't on my computer earlier, but like it just didn't want to connect correctly, so this should be a smoother experience. So apparently I'm ruining your sleep schedule. Oh, actually, there was something I wanted to mention to you. It was about how you mentioned that, like, single-player games are kind of like meant to be beaten, so they always have like a, they can't be too like impossible, because then they wouldn't be doing their job as a single-player game, essentially. And I actually, like, thought about it, and, like, that's a good mentality to have, but also it kind of extends to multiplayer games, too, because, like, if you're getting your ass beat in a multiplayer game, then the best thing for you to understand is that there is, in-game functionality that you're misunderstanding or underperforming in that will literally help you win if all you have to do is understand the mechanics. Good night, David. Sorry I had to start late, but I'll be doing this forever, so hope you have a good night's sleep. And now I'm lost. Just being distracted by chat. You know what? I think I'm supposed to fall through the hole. Okay. Let's figure this out. So I can go down here. Oh yeah, I went up the ramp. I was supposed to do that. Yeah, we'll have a lot of game design talk. There's lots of room for that, so if that's what you like, I hope you'll come stick around sometime. When it's not at an ungodly hour, maybe. I want to say this is the first instance of an instant kill like mechanic in the series. I don't think Demon's Souls had anything instant kill. When I first started playing Smash on a competitive level, the guy who taught me told me there is no such thing as spam. Every move can be worked around and countered. Yeah. You know, if someone's spamming their moves and it's working, a lot of people, when they're first, when they first play, oh, that was supposed to be a jump. When they first play fighting games, we'll blame the opponent, Man, he's such a dirtbag for spamming that move. But it turns out that the ultimate lesson is owning up to the problem that you're actually being beaten by it. Why isn't that working? So if it's working, why should they stop? I know a lot of high-level players who will intentionally spam if they know that the other player doesn't know how to deal with it. There we go. Like, if all I have to do is use this one normal over and over again and you're not going to be able to get out of it, why should I ever change my pattern? And, the solution to that is just understanding the game more. Like saying, oh, if I did, like, the heaviest attack I could, well, it turns out that I can't beat their spam. They're just too fast. But not that fast. If you really understood the game, you could probably beat it with, like, a normal, or maybe you can bait it out, or, block. I know we're talking about Smash, but this applies to every game. If I was getting my ass beat by this rat, whoa, which might happen here, then what I have to do is sort of take my time to understand what it is that I'm doing wrong, and what it is that the rat's doing correctly. Because there are very, very few moments in this game where you can't analyze the situation and come out of it stronger than you were before. More capable. Just as an aside, I also, in the off-stream, went and killed a couple of NPCs. I killed the merchant for the Uchigatana, which is like whatever, and I also killed Lautrec, because I realized that if I kept Lautrec alive, yes, he would, kill the Firekeeper, but also the items you get from that are for if you're going to go Dark Moon, and that means that I'm going to keep one of the bosses alive in order to do that. And I realized that since I'm going to kill the bosses, I'm not going to be a Dark Moon, and so I'll be a Sunbro instead. And I can just kill Lautrec and keep my bonfire lit, so I don't have to deal with that. So that's been done. And I did that off stream, which is, I don't know. I felt like no one needs to see me run all the way back to Firelink just to push him off the ledge. I've been getting into the grind in Guilty Gear. Playing against Fresh Meat is fun because of their salty tears. Yeah, I love, oops. I love how, the game design in Guilty Gear has shifted from, kind of a ridiculous, like, it was kind of known for its technical nature, and it's sort of shifted toward like embracing the good game design aspects of it and just sort of letting everyone do it in a way. It's still somewhat technical, and you know, you have to like sort of know the mechanics, but I feel like they're doing a good job making a good balanced game. I haven't gotten into the new Guilty Gear that much myself. I've been playing Street Fighter V mostly. But I feel that like learning Street Fighter V has like, or is like the ultimate way to learn how games actually work. In a very real way, I guess. Oh, so if I rest at that bonfire, does that mean that the guy comes back? I might have to fight this boss with the guy. That's okay, I guess. It's not okay, but it's okay, I guess. There's like some non-English going on in chat, which is really strange. Probably not gonna make a big deal of it for now, but whatever. Alright, let's see what we can. Walk forward. Shoot. Got it. That was fast for a tail cut. Sometimes it can take a long time depending on your weapon. Ooh, that backwards hitbox. And I believe I remember how to fight this guy correctly. I think his stuff is usually pretty telegraphed. So as threatening as this guy seems, if you do this sort of hit and run tactic, he's actually kind of easy. He's actually giving me kind of bad patterns. Annoying patterns anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna try to... This is probably the worst thing he can do. It's so... Probably just frustrated with me. Oh my god. Try to bait him out to do something. Trying to hit me with his tail now? I did the same strategy to Seath. Let's top health off. Wow, more jumps. God, I knew I couldn't get past that. Oh well. Gotta get the goods. I am bad right now. Trust me. How do you avoid that? I was way outside his actual model. I guess maybe I can run towards it? That might be a way to do it. Is he doing it? No. Oof! Thought I could just move out of the way there. Oh, did that kill me? Oh no, that's so upsetting. I thought I could sneak a heal in there. Ah, got it. Okay, it should be good to go. I think I can beat him this time. Haven't lost to that guy in a while. And I guess the answer to my question earlier, does the thing respawn? That's a no, I think. The sorcerer at the top. Or channel or whatever. Okay. They did a really good job placing the bonfires in ways that had quick access to the bosses in this game. In Demon's Souls, there were definitely a couple of cases, and this was actually intentional, where the level 1 of an area, like the zone 1, would definitely have like a shortcut that works. But zone 2 would always leave you having to run through so much content. Oh god. So you basically have to play the level again unless you were skilled at, you know... Why? Unless you were skilled at, you know, speed running through enemies. Yeah, I gotta get rid of that. He's got a huge AoE if I don't. Oh, you know what? I just realized something interesting. Crap. Giant hitboxes. If you cut the tail off while wearing the Ring of Evil Eye, I think it actually healed me as if I killed an enemy. So he's got one jump that turns him around. Maybe if I'm always on his side or back, I can bait that one particular jump. Instead of... Yeah, so instead of him like going toward me, he just turns. So I gotta like always have him do the same jump. He does it frequently though. Oh, that's interesting. That's what I really want him to do is to bait the crawl like that. This should give me more damage, I think. Yeah, lots of damage. And then I can keep hitting him until he decides to do that or jumps. Actually, that looked bad. It's when he jumps, yeah. And then I gotta go at the right distance for him to crawl again. Or just throw up. It's another one of his ranged attacks, if you will. There we go. Yeah, okay, now I got the pattern down. It's all about baiting that. Ooh, what? I didn't even know that would... Alright. See, it's like, look at this guy. He's so innocent and cute. Like, how could I possibly have lost him? That's gross. He's not doing what I want. There he goes. You haven't done your lines. Has she not given you the cue to start, or what? I mean, yeah. Please speak in English in this chat, if you can. If you can't, you can go find a different stream. Not to be mean, but seriously. Where am I going? I'm too tired to explain why you need to be speaking English, but I prefer it if we kept the chat in English. That'd be very appreciated. Is there a bonfire this way? I don't remember. Watch these guys knock me into the hole. That'd be amazing. Oh, I thought there was going to be another. Okay. I never feel that great going this way into Blighttown. It's not my favorite path in the game, but this is why. They don't take much backstab damage. And I mean, look at the situation, like, we're on treacherous paths here. That's what happens in this game when they have higher ground. Alright. I'm so confused right now. Let's see if I can, yeah, there we go. Yeah. More dung pies for killing Capra demons. Oh, shit. Tried to hit me on wake up. Like half the enemies in this game. Yeah, they do apply poison. Shoot. There we go. It's totally okay. these guys. Okay, that's... Oh, that's a grab. That is a grab. And I just ran into it. Let's see. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is one of those games that I've always been, it's always been on my list to play. And, definitely haven't got around to it. Which is like what I'll say about every game on my list to play, I guess. Because I haven't played it. Hope that makes sense. These guys are there. Let's see. I don't know how far I'm gonna get tonight. But let's see. It's 11:15. I don't know. Probably go for like another 45 minutes, maybe. Whoa! I hate that. All right, I'm gonna have to have something queued up in my inventory for this. The evil eyes in the way. So let's go with this first. Yep, that's why. Ah, jeez. How do I get to the, Alright. Got it. No more Estus, but we're all good because we made it. We got lots of points to spend. That's fair. Yeah, I have a lot of health because I'm wearing the Ring of Favor and Protection. I figured why not? Just throw it on. I'm just trying to get through the game, you know, just trying to see everything, sort of think about it after all these years, in a way. See what still holds up. See if anything doesn't. Oh, he's still... Oh, I didn't actually hit him with that heavy, did I? Whoop. God, dogs. And that dog just jumped my step. It's pretty short. I might have to give it a go. Okay. I know it's well regarded. Oh boy. I appreciate the kind words. Normally I'm a little more talkative. We try to talk about the game, design, thinking about what kinds of things the developers are probably thinking about or not thinking about. But tonight I'm pretty tired. I'm trying to get a lot of progress in this game because I do plan on playing the other games in the series. Well, that failed. And because of that, you know, that guy's right there. We got to get through this so that we can, you know, have room to play the other games before 3 comes out. Which is kind of a tight window, but I'm known for playing games a lot and fast if I have to. Whee! Oh, nice. Gives you a free drop. You actually get that free drop because that enemy doesn't respawn. Wow, I can't believe I actually frame trapped him like that. That was crazy. Yeah, I wonder, you know, I have no mouth. Probably, you know, this is just my guess, but it's probably the kind of game that, like, not everyone would want to play themselves, I suppose. Like, they'd... It might not be everyone's cup of tea. So it probably lends itself quite well to being watched. This guy just does not know if he wants to come up or not. Well, that was awkward. So this whole not being able to see thing is reminiscent of a certain World 5 in Demon's Souls, which, by the way, I hate World 5-2 in Demon's Souls. I think it's pretty much the worst level in the game. Not because of the giant swamp, but actually because of the... There he is. More of it's because of the area after the swamp where you have to navigate, like, this Blightownish area. And what you have to do is... There's, like, 3 layers of wood, and you're, like, walking in between them all. And so the camera just gets really wonky. You can't see where you are half the time. There's tons of enemies everywhere. They're weak enemies, but there's tons of them, so it gets frustrating. Please play Oni-chan Bath Assault. That sounds like the best. That definitely sounds like a family game. I'll say that first off. Well, I believe the game is on Steam. I don't know how the Steam version is, but from what I recall, the game is playable on Steam. Oh, I missed the demon up there. And that's not... I'm referring to I have no mouth. I don't know about that other game. Maybe not every family would be cool with that. Just saying it. Okay, how do I get behind this guy again? Completely forgot. Okay, so I came down there, so I'm gonna go up here. Good night, man. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, looks like we're on the right path now. Or at least to this little demon dude. I pretty much... Like, one of the things I don't like about this level is that I don't know where I'm going half the time, or at least I used to not know where I'm going. And I've done it enough times to where I can sort of filter out the information that's, like, just trying to throw you off, and so... Or make it more maze-like. Am I hitting him? Yeah, I'm hitting him. I remember the question of whether I was hitting him was something that always bugged me here. Because you can actually attack so close to him that you fall through his, like, body. and he'll kill you on the other side. He pretty much can one-shot you. I don't know about with this much health, but he can hurt you and knock you off the cliff if you're not careful. But he does give you power within, which is pretty great. It's adapted from an old Demon Souls spell called Cursed Weapon. And basically the idea is, you know, why not have a spell that just increases your physical damage? You know, most spells increase your magic, increase your faith damage, you know, whatever it may be, lightning in this game, fire. So it was like, okay, what's the other spell? Well, there's going to be one that it's a spell, but it increases your physical damage only. And so in Demon Souls it was called Cursed Weapon. And it was really awesome. Like, it was really good. So in a way, they actually nerfed it in this game by making it so that you actually drain health while it's on. What's the purpose of that? What's the purpose of this area in general? I don't know. So I think when Power Within is on, your health drains, but you get increased physical damage. And they actually made it a pyromancy, which means that it doesn't require you to commit to any type of magic. It doesn't require stats, so it fits better in its own little niche. So that's a change that I think is pretty cool. And it makes it so that you have to sort of decide, like, do I want to be damaging myself and sort of going all in? Or do I want a more cleaner, consistent build? But just with a little less damage. Okay, so I just picked up the Wanderer's set, and one of the classes actually starts the game with this, but it just turns out to be my favorite armor in the game. So I might try to wear it. Okay, looks like I still got fast roll, for now. If I put more pieces of it on, I'm pretty sure I will, yeah, looks looking good so far. I mean, if I put the hood on, maybe... Wow. Seriously? Really? Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I can wear the full set now. Alright, we're looking good. We're actually pretty much Fashion Souls up. I know this is starting gear, but I just love how realistic it seems. It's for someone to be wearing this. Am I gonna die? Nope, I'm gonna just take damage. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and just run to the bonfire. We can explore this place later if we feel like. Not to say I'm not going to give it a good exploration attempt now. But I feel like there's a couple places nearby that we can't, or it's not really useful to fully explore at this point, so... Like Ash Lake, for instance. I can go all the way out there, but wouldn't it be better if I could just warp back out when I get there? So once I get the Lord Vessel, I'll be back to Blighttown. Let's just go fight the boss. Let's just go straight for it. Unless I'm forgetting something really crucial here. Like a really crucial weapon or item. I don't think so. Poison. Now, it's been a long time. Oops, I didn't. Been a long time since I've fought this boss consistently. I don't remember the whole, like, what the optimal positioning is for this, so we'll see if I can get it right. And Whoa! God, I did not know that was gonna happen. I should be good on aggro. Okay. That actually did scare me. Sorry if that was loud. Okay. Whoops. Alright. So that's fine. I still need that there. But I just need to use one of these. Why not? Okay, let's do it. Does she take more damage in the front? I'm guessing that's what's happening. Ooh, god. I forgot that those like kind of aim like that. Okay, so she kind of like stops. She has a really long stab animation. It's different from the slow stab animation. That's the long stab. That could have hit me. I could have been forced to block that. There's a spit. Other, yeah. Okay, 1-2 stab. All right. Spit. Right on your face. Not a spit. Slow spit. That's what I thought was gonna happen the first time, actually. And, okay, when she slumps down, it's AoE time. Pretty sure there's like no way to avoid getting poisoned on the way there. Yeah, definitely not. At least not for now. Probably doesn't matter in the long run. I'm probably just gonna stop healing it actually, because like it doesn't seem to really matter. I mean, oh, actually, I know it's hurting me a lot, but pretty sure it's not gonna kill me. I could be wrong, though. Alright. The grind continues. Not sure if I should try some different tactics, like going for some more butt hits. Is that AoE? Yep. Okay. It's hard to see when that's coming when I'm on the side, though, or even on the back. I think I meant to say back or even on the side. Because if I can't, like, it's easy to see when I'm looking at her model, her character. That's not the spider. Interesting sequence there. It's interesting that the third hit of that is whiffing. Oh my god, I hated what I did to that, what I responded with there. Okay, so the third hit whiffs. So I can dodge maybe the second hit to get in range for the third hit to whiff. Oh, I don't even have to dodge it. I can just walk up. Wow. Okay, that time she decided not to continue the combo. Okay, that's a bad position for her to be in. Like right in between two fires. Oh god. Okay. It doesn't have that much range. It's not like super godly. Yeah, jump right into the fire pit you made. You're gonna spit at me. Alright. That sucks that I whiffed that second hit there. Okay. Super stab. Don't want to even take a block on that. I know it's very uncomfortable to do so. I wonder if that also whiffs close up. This might be AoE. Yep. That was very unfortunate. She could kill me with normals now. Might want to take a safety heal. Okay. Wow, that is sucky. Oh, if I could only reach her, I could get a hit or two in. That was really weird. Like, I know that can happen, but like, it just, I've never had it happen that weirdly. Or cleanly, I guess. What's that? Oh. Oh my gosh. I touched the bare edge of that lava and died. I was doing pretty well. At least as far as like understanding her moves and when she's weak. When she's weak to openings, her attacks, that kind of thing. I felt like I was exploiting openings that I'd never seen before, even when I used to play the game a lot. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to learn about the bosses like that because, you know, you might know that like, oh, this one boss is really weak if you use, you know, this one spell. Or this one boss just like gets wrecked by, you know, such and such moves. But if you just go in with like the moves you're using, just no extra preparation, and just say, you know, look, I'm gonna fight this boss with, you know, a melee weapon. It doesn't even have to be the preferred strategy. And if you do that, you'll actually get forced to learn where the real weaknesses are in the pattern, where the sort of intended drops are and intended like punishes are and that kind of thing. And it's interesting. Like some of them are obvious like this, but other ones like how her third hit whiffs if you're like really close up. Like I wouldn't have known that if I was, you know, ranged or whatever. Or how she starts that even if you're on the side. That's interesting. Look at that. She tries to track you with it. That's actually kind of funny. It's interesting how now that I know her third hit whiffs, she will never do it again. Yeah, Dark Souls is, you know, it doesn't mess around. It's like, it's kind of like, why not have... Okay, I was making sure there was not like a wall right there, because that could have been pretty bad. And I whiffed hit 3 and 2 or something like that, because I was like, let's just do a kick in that combo, why not? And I think people get turned off by this kind of gameplay, like, oh, why do I have to, like, practice the boss? Like, that's... Some people don't like that, I guess. And sure, like, if you've played this enough, you don't have to practice the boss, but... At where I stand in, you know, in my current level of knowledge, I do have to get some practice because it's been so long for me that I don't remember the boss's patterns and that kind of thing. There's that tracking move again. Like I said, I'm definitely wondering if that move has the same weakness as this hit, or the third hit there. But I don't feel like... I don't want to test it because it's so bad if it hits you that... Wow, that was actually kind of cute. She did that twice. It was almost as if I was playing a real human. Yeah, it's almost as if I'm playing a human. She's like, you know what? I know you're exploiting that, so I'm just gonna make it look like it's a opening and then trap you with that explosion. It's almost as if the developers were like, I'm gonna put a weakness here, but I'm also gonna have her counter it sometimes. I wouldn't be that surprised, because I mean, you know, this is what game design is. It's like, this is the, oops. Okay, so apparently under certain circumstances that can whiff point blank as well. It goes kind of like over me, which is fine. One good thing about this boss is it kind of teaches you that these things are even in the game. Like, it's teaching me that there's these really punishing AoEs, that like, if I go in to punish, sometimes I gotta respect my stamina usage, because I can't just like go in full ham and I'll get hit by the AoE because I won't have enough stamina to retreat. And so, but the thing is that the AoE doesn't come out immediately. It gives you like quite a bit of time for you to react, which is really interesting to me. The hardest part for you is when you get lazy or impatient. Yes. I remember, you know, for the longest time going through this and, you know, other games in the series, it was always that last bit of health. Because if you get the boss all the way down to that last bit of health, you're very tempted to try to rush, try to finish the job, try to, I think it's here? No, yeah, there is. You always want to, you know, you get this tendency to like, I don't need to go this way, I think. Yeah. There's definitely this tendency for people, and this is very natural, to want to go ahead and finish the job while you can, like, even if you had a pattern going. And usually that ends up being your downfall, because it's like... Well, that's the thing, though. Okay, so... I was mentioning how the AI seems to be, like, you know, baiting me and creating, like, patterns that are kind of human-like. And someone in the chat just mentioned how Lime says, this game seems too old for that kind of AI, though. Well, if you think about it, it's not really advanced AI that's doing that. It's really just the developer saying, look, I'm going to create 2 different attack strings. One of them's going to be attack, attack, stab. And the second attack string is going to be attack, attack, wait. And then on that wait, they can use the explosion. So it's not as if the AI is like really smart and figuring me out. It's more like the developers knew that I would be exploiting a weakness in attack, attack, stab. And so they just put in 2 different strings so that I'd have to read the situation instead of just mindlessly punishing one string over and over again. It's actually, I'd say that it's more common than you think to have that amount of thinking in the developer's intent. Especially in a game like this where the bosses have many, many different kinds of strings and different kinds of moves. And if you really pay attention to games like Bloodborne, which expanded the boss's movesets like crazy, you'll really notice that all the boss's moves are very intended to punish different things and also to give you different situations to have to adapt to. So it doesn't surprise me that, you know, this boss only has like 5 moves, maybe. So the way they use those moves is to create a situation for the player to adapt to, and then leave openings that aren't pure openings. Do you know what I mean? So that attack string was an opening for me, but it wasn't pure because it isn't always an opening. I have to still read the situation. I can't just... In other words, I cannot just autopilot the fight. I have to still pay attention to what's happening. And so every boss, like, in this series is like that. They never wanted you to be able to turn your brain off and just play the game without considering the current situation. So it's not like super advanced AI, it's just good game design from the developer's part of things. Because yeah, you could, if you wanted to, you could solve the problem a different way and be like, oh yeah, let's make the best AI we can, it's gonna read the player and they're gonna figure out what they're doing. And this game shows that you don't need advanced AI to create good situations for the player to have to maneuver through. And rewarding situations, so it's an interesting topic to talk about, I think. Especially since these games just get more and more complex, this series. You know, especially in terms of bosses, like, when I played through Bloodborne, I was very excited to see that a lot of bosses had tons of different moves that I had to learn, in a way. I would think I've had the boss down and he would throw a move I'd never seen before that looked kind of similar to a different one. And so the hardest bosses in that game actually have, like, movesets that are somewhat ambiguous. And if you play fighting games, you'll know that ambiguity is actually one of the biggest strengths of any character. I personally hate this part. I might, I'm not sure how confident I feel in getting this Firekeeper soul over there. So I might grab Firelink Bonfire first before I come back down and get the Firelink soul. I know that that's really cheaping it out, but I'm kind of tired. I feel like I'd throw it away and have to climb the climb the elevator again, which isn't a big deal, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how I feel right here. It doesn't seem that hard. I know that there's like a bunch of toxin dudes, and then there's dogs at the bottom, so this ends up being kind of hard. Okay, it's getting kind of obnoxious already. Let's see if I can... Isn't it this way? Like at the bottom there? I could grab it and then, I'm up close so it uses a specific attack. Yes, that's actually right. But what I meant was that, okay, so Quelaag uses the explosion attack if you get up close. But that's... The thing about it is... There are strings that have hard-coded follow-ups. So, like, if she does her, the far-away swipe, like the wide swiping attack that's kind of downward at an angle, she will pretty much always follow it up, I think, with the second move, which is another wide swipe. And then there's a third follow-up to that move that doesn't always occur. And so my point is that they programmed a gap in the string that where she can choose whether or not she wants to finish the combo or do the explosion based on your proximity. So it's basically like an intended mix-up where she may or may not finish the combo. So that's really what I mean. And yeah, I was saying it in so many words, I guess, but yes, that is really what's happening. This is a sucky situation. I hate doing this, but let's just do it. Yeah. That's why I have these. Okay. Looking good. I think we basically just did it there. I'm gonna get rid of these guys first though. Whoa! There's more dogs. And another toxin guy? Oh my god. Alright, let's pick this up before we die. But yeah, I guess it was just an interesting example to me because Quelaag is sort of like just easy enough to where you can really see the intended design, I guess. Whereas there's a lot of bosses in Bloodborne where you'll fight them and just say, they just pretty much made a boss that doesn't ever stop hitting you. And it's not true. It might look that way, but you know, every boss has weaknesses. In Bloodborne, it's not about exploiting weaknesses, it's more about correct patterns of attack, which is what I was trying to demonstrate against Quelaag, I guess. Is that it doesn't matter if you use their, you know, if you use the strongest move against them, you can still exploit their patterns. And this is exactly how I beat, you know, a lot of the bosses in Bloodborne on, like, New Game Plus 2, where it's like every enemy has tons of health, you know, every boss takes forever, and I was using Saw Cleaver through the whole thing. And so you have to learn everything. Down to the last second of the fight, because not only does, you know, for instance, Lawrence have tons of different moves, but he actually changes movesets halfway through the fight. And so it's all about learning, and it's all about correctly reading the situation, adaptation, you know, standard, you know, really standard fighting game things, but those things aren't standard for a lot of game sort of the common gamer, I guess. It would be standard if you know, if this was a different era, which really this is what this is. A game from a different era, just in a modern light. And that's what I love about it. Not everyone looks at it that way, I guess, but that's how I see it. Oh my god, got lots of health there. Ah. The odd thing is, like, I was trying not to aggro two there, but fighting two of these guys at once is really the same as fighting one of them. You just do this over and over. And I don't have to do that, I just feel safer. See, there's another one. I could have finished him off, I guess. I'm trying to get that timing down, because I'm pretty sure you can get a hit in for free on enemies get up. Like that. Because, like, it's not like they can do anything faster than me hitting them on wake up. Maybe it's my Street Fighter practice bleeding into my gameplay, but I think that that kind of stuff benefits all types of games. So. All right, I'm probably not gonna explore this place all that much, at least until I get the rest at Firelink. So let's just head back up. I said this earlier, but I'll mention it again. When I was off stream, I didn't think anyone would care to see me backtracking, so I went back and killed Lautrec so that I wouldn't have to deal with that. Because I realized that if we're gonna kill Gwendolyn, then I don't need Dark Moon Blade items at all. So that means I can just kill Lautrec because that's what you get from his quest line. So he's dead. Obviously I leveled up my strength stat so that I could use this baby. And I did that off stream as well. Because that's boring stuff. But all new areas I'll be exploring on stream. I mean, new as in that I haven't done on this file yet. Okay. You know what? Let me take a quick peek at what we're doing, what we're looking at here. So, if I have the Drake Sword at 200, frankly, I'm probably gonna end up using the katana just so I can get through this just through this game quickly and in a way that I'm familiar with. So let's see. I'm gonna get the dex required for it, at least, and then let's see what we can do. I don't know if I'm gonna really go into analyzing if I need to upgrade this now or later, but it probably wouldn't hurt to just go ahead and give it a nice upgrade. I might have to do it off stream if I feel like it's really just too boring to go over there and do that. Here, let's do something fun. Let's go real quick. I'm gonna try to grab the items in front of that dragon. I don't know if this is hard or not. It's always just been intimidating to me. So I'm gonna try to grab the, what do you call it? So, the build I'm going for is Dex Faith. 40-40 or 50-50 or whatever I get to. So what I usually like to run is Dark Moon Blade buff with Dex weapons, and I'm pretty sure that makes me sound like a huge douche or something, but anyway, I like running that because it's the character I like. It's not because I'm like, oh yeah, it's so powerful. It's just because I like it. It's cool to me. And I like the way the Uchi Katana feels in this game, and it's really cool against bosses when you cause that bleed damage. So that's why I like it. And originally I was gonna go for more of a pokey build with this and get rapiers and stuff. Alright, here we go. Getting all the items. Oh! There's one more, man. Just let me grab it. Alright. There's just a soul. And I'm alive. Alright. Well, whatever. So originally for this run I was gonna do more of a rapier focused dex build, but I don't know. I'm just probably gonna switch back to the katana and do that because I like it a lot. And this is all, I'm just all talking about PvE stuff. I really like the katana in PvE, and that's just me. The dragon seems random. Yeah, I've heard of people just sort of picking up the items, no problem. but it's kind of the opposite of like what you'd expect to do. Like if you run, then you're fine. But like you'd want to sort of tip. If it was real life, you know, you'd tiptoe. You don't want to wake him up. See, without the Ring of Favor and Protection, I might have died there from that one hit. And then I would have been banging my head against the wall, wondering what that last item was, and it's just a soul. Alright. Fun levels coming up. I've always thought this level was ridiculous, but in a way, it's kind of fun. Okay. I suppose we'll go ahead and start upgrading our little katana because, I mean, I guess I can't really like get away from it. Like this is the weapon I use. I mean, oops.
Don't get you.
Like right now it's gonna be doing 126. So, and that's with like no dex and with a +2, so it's gonna surpass the Drake Sword really fast. And I actually, okay, what did I get from the, Hey M Dragonfrost, how's it going? I got Astora's straight sword from that little jaunt. It's a quality weapon. But yeah, I mean, as soon as I can get rid of the Drake Sword off of this, the better. I'm not gonna. I've actually like. Whoa. I've actually done the speedrun strats for Sen's Fortress, like running through it and stuff, but I don't feel like doing that right now. So let's just do it like a normal player. I might run through some of it, but we'll see. I mean, some of it forces you to run, but you know what I mean. Ow. I'm doing well, a little bit tired. Trying to get through all the Souls games before 3 comes out. Kind of spending some time to analyze what went into the makings of, or you know, the thought process behind every game. It's really interesting when you have a series like this because it's like 4 sequential games. And they're all similar in philosophy. And so that makes it really, really easy and useful to just sort of analyze and talk about. Ah, I went for it, but whatever. That's gonna... Ooh, that actually... Here, let's... There we go. That lock-on right there when he falls has actually caused me to fall off before. Ooh. So I played Demon's Souls off stream, and we're taking a look at the kinds of things that makes this game a sequel. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, he has like a double hit like that. Oh, he has a grab! Oh, I didn't even realize that. And I probably look really bad for not even knowing, but I've never fought these guys like that before, so. Huh. I don't think I've ever stood here and fought this guy like this. I always used to like run past him or something. He stands on the platform and it doesn't do anything. You're helping randoms? Dude, that's awesome. You can break this wall open by baiting him to attack you with a certain move. But I'm gonna do it the proper way, I think. Because why not? It's been a while since I've explored Sense Fortress fully, so we'll see if I remember where all the items are and where the mimics are. But I think if you just attack every chest, you're good to go in this game, right? This one's not a mimic. I thought so. Their chain looks different, I remember. I'll keep you alive, I guess. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out, Dragonfrost. I don't know how... You've probably played Dark Souls before. As I imagine most people have, if they're watching it. But I'm still sort of looking at the game, or trying to look at the game from, like, fresh eyes, I guess. And so you might hear me talking about things that would seem like common knowledge, I guess, but it all has a purpose. I feel like if you look at a game, I think this is a mimic. Alright, here we go. Ugh, I don't like that. It's got a lot of health. I don't like mimics. Look at how tall he is. Oh boy, he's weird. There's only one mimic in Sense Fortress. Good point, good point. That's actually something that I realize now that you say it is true. Wow, you can go in between his legs? That is very strange. Oh, I thought he was going for 2 grabs in a row. That was weird. Alright, staggered back. You've played a ton of Dark Souls? Yeah. I've played a ton of the series. I've platinumed every game in it. Except for Scholar. So I've platinumed Dark Souls 2, but not Scholar. And I've platinumed Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 and fuck. Oh wait, so this opens up a So I think I made a mistake by doing what I just did. Here, let's redo this. Reset. Okay. As I was saying, I'm very good at this game. No, I'm just kidding. It is true though that I have platinumed every game in the series. It's just that it's been a long time for this one. I've been playing a lot of Bloodborne and that kind of thing, and there's nothing down that way. You've played a lot more Dark Souls than I have with 13,000 hours. I mean, like, damn. Is it possible to take this elevator back up? I think it is. Don't you have to or something? Alright, let's just do it. I know it can kill you, but let's just do it. If you stay on it, you die. That's what happens. Okay. Alright, we're back here. Let's try to get my bearings. That's right, that's right. Yeah, 13 hours of Dark Souls is a lot. 13,000, sorry, is a lot. There's a quest line that I'm missing by not going down there, I think. And I can rescue what's his name by going down that way. Ow. See, I'm trying to think if I should do all that. Alright, this is something that's always bothered me about this. If you put this here, it switches on its own. There's no one there, it just switches by itself. And, alright, let's go exploring. I always was bothered by that, like... It's not like the biggest deal, obviously. But in most of the, you know, series, if you switch something, if you cause a shortcut to be unlocked or whatever, it'll stay that way. But in Dark Souls, there's several areas where that's not true. That was a bad... I didn't like that. I was trying to get a backstab and I almost hit Siegmeyer. So in case you're probably not wondering, but in case you're wondering about my strats throughout this game right now, they're going totally be noob strats, like 100%. All I want to do is get through the game and sort of explore it, see it again after seeing Demon Souls again, so close together. And yeah, so I'm using the Drake Sword. But I'm not using anything cheesy, like I'm using the Drake Sword raw, like I'm just gonna beat the bosses with it. And switch to the katana and beat the bosses raw with that. So no other tricks other than just picking my favorite weapons, essentially. And so I know there's a lot of like cheesy strats on a lot of the bosses. I'm gonna try to go for the quick kill on the golem, I think. If I can even get it to register with this. I'm not sure how it works. If it's damage or if it's hits. I think it's damage. So I don't know if I can dish out enough to really get it quickly while he's standing in the right spot, but we'll see. So it's still... Yeah, it looks like it's still going the right way. I don't know what causes it to switch ways, but I know that it does. Is it going this way? If it is, I'll do that strat. Yep, it is. Oh, I didn't get it in the right amount of time there. Fuck. Alright, that's fine. Whee! See, like, who's switching the boulder? I don't get that. Okay. Shit. Is there a guy behind me? Because that's really uncomfortable if there is. Oh, God, it was just a statue. That seems like a, kind of a Scooby-Doo moment. Is there a guy behind me? Oh, it's just a statue. Alright. You guys are probably like, oh, go for parries. They're easy to parry, and they are, but like, I'm not confident right now. Oh boy. Peach heals. Okay. Oh man. man, I didn't think he was close enough. Whoop, he didn't approach. It's like he can't approach. Oh, I didn't quite hit him. There we go. Okay. Now we can just fight this. Alright, so we're doing okay. I kind of derped around with boulders for a while, which is great. It's always great. There's always this part, which, alright, I didn't screw it up completely. I've messed that up a few times. When I'm really confident in myself is when I mess that up. When I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this level's not hard, you know, people always blow it up, but that's when I'll get hit by the simplest trap in all of fiction. Okay, so let's just run to the bonfire. Oh god. This is a weird one for me, this bonfire, because I never knew about it for like the longest time. The one over there. Literally never knew about this. When I first played this game, I did this without this bonfire. And you know, people were like, "Oh yeah, this is bonfire. You know, it's not that bad." I was like, "What? It's a bonfire? Do you mean to tell me that I didn't have to do that all and then fight the boss?" I treated it like the only level in the game without a bonfire before the boss. And it was exhausting, but I still put myself through it. And the swag knights. I wonder if we're gonna see a early drop. Probably not. Please though. Maybe. So these guys drop a... Oh god. I got spaced a little too far there. These guys drop a really good weapon, but it's kind of rare, so you have to... Generally you have to farm for it. See, so I mean it's kind of like... It takes a good amount of time to farm compared to some things... Well, actually, I think there are rarer things in this game. And not often in this game do you have to like sit there and farm the same enemy for an hour, but it happens. If you ever played Symphony of the Night, it's very similar farming to that. You just sort of go for a long time doing the same thing until you finally get that drop. Be it a rare ring or whatever, but in this game it's usually a weapon. So I decided not to stream with Cam today. I'm probably going to do about 50-50. Perhaps alternating, I don't know. or something like that. I just feel like it doesn't have to always be on. And today I was just tired enough to where I didn't feel like it was necessary. Ooh, they stagger out of that Estus. Okay, cool. It's gonna be punished really bad. So I don't know what most people prefer, but I just figured, you know, I've heard that it can go both ways, so why not just do it 50-50? It's cool that you can see the level from there, and one of the things that this game really does well is making the world dense in a way that gives you this crazy sense of place. It's like you can always feel like you're within the world, no matter where you are. Jeez, the camera there. You really want to do that? You really want to do that? What is this guy trying to do? Oh boy. I didn't realize that the NPCs wait on bow attacks. That's funny. I don't want to let this guy punish me. It's gonna hurt. You let the enemy hang themselves. He's just like, maybe bow, maybe not. I wonder what it's like to try to parry that, the heavy attack. It actually stabs 3 times, I think, or maybe even more, it's like 5 times. God, it could be more than that. It's kind of a ridiculous. It's kind of a ridiculous weapon. Let's see. Can't even use it. 20. Maybe later I'll mess with it. Rare Ring of Sacrifice. So that's how you entered, I guess. And that's where you came down from and you ran across there. Gosh, it's like real. I mean, that literally looks... God, it's crazy. I'm not sure how they did it, but it's almost as if they just really just... That's the game over there. But I have a feeling it, you know, obviously it has to deload, and then there's like something else that replaces it that's kind of like background for this level, but whatever they did, it looks great. Deload, you know, unload. When going from one level to another, it should generally unload the information of being in one level and load the next one. And you know, at a certain point, you can still keep it like a low detail version of it rendered. And I'm not sure if that's what they used, but it looks really great. I remember this guy being useful because, well, first of all, this, and second of all, he has green shards and large shards. For some reason, I remember that being useful. Alright, let's see. So we can improve our stability. Ooh. Okay. I want to keep our light roll, so obviously we can... Oh, you know what? I didn't I didn't rescue what's his name? Oh wait, isn't there a shortcut there? There might be a shortcut there. I could be dead wrong. I usually don't remember anything, or for some reason I'm very bad with memory with this game. There it is. I think that's the item, right? And then I think from that you just ride the elevator over and he's like in the other one. Like, I remember all the locations in this game, but I don't remember how a lot of the details work, because the last time I played this it was like, you know, New Game Plus 3. I didn't care about... Oh. I didn't care about... This is where I try, kick, fail, and get parried. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna try it. I don't care how many times you do that stance. Oh, that works too. There's nothing back here. Now I don't... I remember now why I don't remember that guy. It's because there's nothing there. What an interesting, like, hallway. Or useless hallway, I should say. Okay, so you use the cage key. And then I think... Was that just my imagination? That was really weird. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get in the cage. Oh, Dragonfrost, I was just confused on the order of events that you can do here. Oh, right, this is where it leads. Right. I was just confused on the order of events relating to Big Hat Logan. And, I'm not really gonna concern myself much with it, I guess, because I don't need to finish Logan's quest to get the build I want, so let's just be aware that I am skipping some NPC quests in this, a lot of NPC quests in this game, in the interest of time, and, you know, to analyze more things like levels and weapons and that kind of thing. So Dragonfrost, did you play Demon Souls? So there's this. I believe a Black Phantom spawns here, I think. If you're humaned. And then if you go up here, this should be like a giant dude. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I know where everything is. Okay, well, here goes. I'm gonna go ahead and try the thing. So, I'm not gonna pretend... I'm gonna pretend to be a speedrunner here for a second. So that didn't hit the rocks. I wasn't positioned correctly. I should do a thing, and then I hit the foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, God. If I was stronger. Okay. I'm gonna still keep trying. He doesn't care. I'm hitting his foot. He just does not care. Oops. I forgot I had that. He fell! But he didn't fall off. Yeah. Of course. Pre-ordered Demon Souls, played for 2 years till Dark Souls came out. Yeah, Demon Souls was my favorite game for a long time, at least for that era of gaming. Oh, I actually didn't do enough. That's weird. Whoa, he almost pushed me off the edge there during my iframes, which is bad. There we go. And I fall off. So it looks like if I really want the quick kill, it's gonna have to be luck instead of, well, I don't know. Clearly it's just gonna take a while to deal enough damage, because he, takes quite a bit. Wait, did I go the right way? Alright. I think I did. I feel like I recognize your name, and yet I could just be mistaken. Okay, there, rocks. And then he's gonna do step attack. I get that. I'm gonna hit his leg. His leg. Oh, I tried to react to it. I was a little bit too late. Oh, that's an interesting move because it's like you can't really go between things. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to relearn this fight completely, I think. Oops, dang it, I forget about that every time. Do you have to hit a specific leg? Dude. Ah, he's floating on air. He got lucky. I wasn't paying attention to everything. Most people know you for shame. Oh, that's a grab. I should have known. And he tosses you sometimes off the cliff, I think. So there is some tracking. Yeah, I knew it was coming. I'll be honest, I'm not, like, really familiar with the Dark Souls community. I just love the games, play them a ton. And I aim to platinum. Oh, come on, again? Alright. Every boss has a chance of me dying several times on them because... yeah. It's all a learning... it's all a learning game, so... I wonder if he's weak to any particular elements that I can exploit. I don't think I can use it on this weapon though. I'd have to switch weapons. So are you helping random Dark Souls playthroughs, or are you helping random streams? For some reason I just got interested in that question. Whoa! And step attack every time. That time it wasn't actually the attack I thought it was. Oh boy. Okay. That attack is weird. Really, I just gotta... Oh, you know what? Okay. What I gotta do is figure out what I'm doing that's causing that to hit me. And I think it has something to do with my positioning, so I'm just gonna not do what I was doing. Or try not to. Okay, that's actually similar to the last situation. So, I was attacking his right. And then his right hand came down, so... I think that was it again. And then it tracks a little bit, so basically... Right foot means get grabbed. He's gonna push me off. I'm gonna reposition. I might have to repair this weapon. I forgot that I kept using the R2 on accident. Helping random Dark Souls players. I got it! I got the quick kill! Except it was very slow because I don't do a lot of damage. I got the kill. So that's what's supposed to happen, but if you're strong enough, you can get that to happen basically right away. Consistently too, because he always starts out with the same, like, 2 attack pattern if your positioning is correct. You don't know the people you're helping. Oh, no. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I was just trying to clear it up because I wasn't sure if you meant, like... You know, going on stream and helping people in chat, or, like, helping people in the game. I don't know, there's just something about beating the bosses myself that never gets old in this game, and every single series, or every single game in the series, I try to, like, master the bosses alone, and I feel like it really teaches you a lot about the gameplay that you would otherwise just sort of not get, I guess. I guess it sucks for my friends who are like, oh, let's play this game together. You know, we used to try to do that back when it was Demon Souls, back when it was just Dark Souls. And then, over time it just sort of became more and more like, oh, I'm just gonna play this by myself. So. I want that chest, but I don't want to, like, waste time fighting these guys. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Helping people in the game on PC is, I'm sure you've got plenty of experience doing that. That's awesome. I wonder, there's probably a lot of players going through for the first time right now. I'd imagine. You do? You disagree with that? Yeah, I don't know. It's like... I mean, playing this game with friends is really awesome. I've done it, plenty. It's just that, there's a certain amount of time that you get with your friends, and then there's after that, they sort of, like, move on to other games. But I would sort of stick around and, like, platinum the game, or move on to the next game, like, Bloodborne or Dark Souls 2 or something like that. And so, I'd basically end up by myself regardless, and it's like, fighting the bosses by myself is just super, super exciting to me. And I can understand that, like, Not everyone feels that way. It's not like the most exciting form of the game, but there is definitely no other game that offers that level of solo excitement to me. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that addresses what you just said, but yeah. I could see why people would like either way. Ooh, shit. You know, and for me, it's like, if I'm with another player, right, then more often than not, I don't really get that in your face, and it doesn't have to be in your face, but like, I don't get the raw one-on-one or, you know, whatever it is. And when you're, okay, the first 1,000 hours of Dark Souls I played by myself. Got to New Game +7, did all kinds of things. Know all the bosses inside and out. It gets old and boring if you do it enough, you just want to quit. Ah. So there's a different, a different perspective on things for sure. Yeah, I was definitely not thinking about it in that light, for sure. Alright, let's see. Been on stream for about 2 hours. Man. We'll see. If I get completely creamed here, then I might cut the stream and go relax before bed. But we'll see if I can get through the first chunk of this. And if I'm going smooth, I might continue on. But we'll see. Yeah, like I didn't actually think about it that way. You know, for me, I was mostly thinking about, you know, maybe 3 playthroughs max alone. And only 3 because of trophies. You know, I'm really just talking about 1 playthrough by itself. What does that mean, you know? And when you're playing it by yourself, you really, like you said, you learn the boss patterns inside and out. And when you're going through for the first few times, if you never played it by yourself, you never get that experience. And so I feel like it's valuable to get both, you know? But I see what you're saying. Like, if you played it enough to where you're already past that point, like, the rest of the game by itself doesn't mean anything anymore, because you're already done by being by yourself. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Oh, got lucky stagger. Man, the amount of love that people have for this game is like perfect. It's brilliant, I think, because it's like, you know, playing a lot of games, I love this game to death, and I always try to move to different games constantly, or at least as much as I can. But seeing people love this game just as much as I do, and like actually put the time into it to show that they do, is, it makes me feel like my love is justified, I guess. Soul 18, New Game +7, always Gravelord. I summon other people that are my soul level range, and if my summon dies, I restart the area from the beginning. When you do that, the game is different with every person you play with, and then it's not just about beating the area, but it's about keeping a low level partner alive as well. and brings a whole new level and meta to the game. Yeah, wow, that's interesting. It's incredible how amazing the simple, like it seems simple on the surface, the mechanic of just joining another person's game. But it is truly like one of the most brilliant additions to action games ever. And so you have a very solid point, and yeah, we were just coming at it from completely different perspectives. But I think, I mean, not only do I respect the, you know, the gameplay you've put in, but like, I feel like it really shows how cool this game is for you to have created this, or not even created, but like, explored that side of the game's nature in a way that most people don't really think about, I guess, or at least I didn't think about, at least as deeply or to the extent that you have. So yeah. Now I'm not a speedrunner, so I'm not gonna jump this gap, but because most of my perspective comes from getting platinum trophy and learning about speedrun strats, watching speedruns, that kind of thing, and sort of knowing the technical side of the game, or not necessarily the technical side, but more the I guess more toward the technical side than not. And you know, most of that sort of research is alone or against another player, so it's not, you know, it's different than what we were talking about, but oops. It's interesting how much I autopilot when I'm talking, and then I'm like, oh wait, do I remember how to play this? I'm not sure. Like, I realized that I might not know how to fight this guy, and then I was like, maybe I should pay attention. I find it weird that you get a health. It counts as a kill to cut a tail off. Oops. It's interesting when you do a low-level soul run. In New Game Plus 7, you can also summon people in places like the Parish and watch them die in horrible ways to the enemies. I used to stream hours of what I called unjolly cooperation. Wow. That actually sounds extremely entertaining. In horrible ways, but still. So you would low soul level. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if that's cool and unusual or just awesome. Alright. This is the part everyone loves. Okay. That was coming. Oh, you know what? I forgot that I'm bad at this. I'll give it a couple more tries. I'd like to end this on the other side of that, like, area. On the other bonfire, I would like to end it there so that I can begin by, with ONS, maybe. Next time. But I'm gonna try to get to the other side of this. If I feel like I'm just really losing the momentum, then I'll have to cut the stream because I started late and it's kind of getting late. But yeah, we'll see. In the near future, I'll have much longer streams, but for now, I'm running up on like a couple hours. It's not a long stream, but. And I know this video is really just me playing the game. There's not a lot of talking going on about like mechanics and that kind of thing. Actually, earlier we had quite a few discussions about what it meant to learn patterns and also to design like boss patterns and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool. Because it's like, what does it mean to be like good AI for a boss? Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be designed for the player. Although for some games, you know, some games have so few, like, okay. Just gotta keep moving. Let me get up here. I guess I gotta position myself quickly, right? Where he's not gonna do that. Ah, my gosh. You know what this reminds me of? This is a, I'm gonna get torn up for this, I think, but like, yeah, actually, that'd be interesting to see your unjolly cooperation. So I just got knocked off the thing by the arrow guy, and what was going on was I was facing the wall. My shield was facing the wall, and then he hit me with the arrow that was going toward kind of the wall as well. So we were making like a V shape with the wall. His arrow and my shield. And what that caused was, when I blocked it, the recoil sent me out from the wall, as if I was a reflection. But it's not really a reflection. Really what it is I went backwards from where I was facing. And that reminds me of this old thing that used to happen in games where it would be like a top-down game, and you'd get hit in the back by an enemy. And the game was coded to where it would send you reeling backwards. Ouch. It would send you reeling backwards no matter where you got hit from. It was always just the opposite of where you were facing. So that's exactly what I feel like was happening there. Now, the reason that's, you know, kind of terrible to say is because in those old games, if that ever happened... Yes! Yes! I got the strat to work! Oh my god, that's cool. So imagine you're playing a top-down game and you get hit in the back. What happens is you get knocked backwards because you're facing away, and then you land inside the enemy that hit you. And you repeatedly take damage until you die. In this case, you just get knocked off a cliff. But, those were the days. Alright, let's see what time it is. It's about 1. It's about 1 a.m. Eastern. Man, after getting that strat with the Silver Knight, I'm just feeling like continuing for now, so I'm just gonna go until I really feel like I'm done. Or until I feel like a stream I really want to watch is on or something, I guess. That was a great feeling getting that, because, oops. He can actually do that. So what has to happen is the Silver Knight has to not only switch to sword, but he also has to do this sort of step forward lunge. And if you can get him to do the step forward lunge, then there's a good chance that he'll... Well, you actually have to position correctly and then back off when he does it, from what I understand. And he'll lunge right off the ledge. I mean, obviously there's other ways to get him to fall. It's not like the hardest thing ever, but if he doesn't do that particularly and fall off, then you can get sandwiched in this really awful position and die without even getting falled off, or getting knocked off, sorry. Like I just did twice. Thanks, I'll check out the Unjolly Cooperation later tonight. It sounds awesome. Yeah, I don't think I ever messed around with new games that high. Is that like the highest new game increase? I want to say it is, but I guess I don't really know much about Beyond 3 or 4. Oops. That was kind of wishful thinking. There we go. I'm actually not a huge fan of the second half of this level, which is, you know, takes place kind of all inside these castle halls and doorways. The reason being that it goes back to that what I was talking about in an earlier stream, which was that you can't really see what's coming. There's a lot of times where you'll go into a room, and if you just walk into the room willy-nilly, you'll initiate an encounter. You learn new stuff about the game when you're at high NG at a low level. I can imagine. Like I said, never pushed myself that far with it. I wonder actually how many of the devs played all of those difficulty levels and just kept playing through the game and investigating it. You know, even if post-release, I can imagine a dev just sitting there like, oh man, we really made this hard, or oh geez, this is too easy, or whatever, and just going like, man. Maybe they don't do that. Maybe it's like the opposite, like they don't play their game. I know that there are devs that don't play their games because they don't like to see the bugs that they didn't fix or that kind of thing. This area has the most red phantoms in one area. Wow. Okay, that does not open from this side. Gotcha. If you've never been Gravelorded, you could not know that. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because most people only experience a certain level of red phantomness. Or none at all, I suppose. Do you find it frustrating that you have to get to New Game Plus 7 before you experience the max difficulty? Man, that's a creepy dragon. I guess it looks more like the head of those wyverns. You can't be Gravelord unless you're in New Game Plus Plus, and most people don't play New Game Plus. Or, sorry, New Game Plus at all. In both of those sentences should have just been 1 plus, but yeah, most people don't play New Game Plus. You don't find it frustrating. I don't know how I feel about it. To have to play through the game that many times, I guess. After a certain point, it becomes like the one file you play, I guess. Whereas most people would probably just make new files. And like, I actually, you know, I mentioned like, oh, is it frustrating or whatever, but back in the day, I used to play like Devil May Cry over and over and over again. Or like Metal Gear Solid 2. I played both those games over and over. And so like, I didn't find it unusual then. But now I'm like, you know, I don't know if I want to get to New Game Plus 7, but it wouldn't have been a stretch at all back then. And those games I just mentioned were some of the first where I ever, like, even sought harder difficulty levels. This doesn't open, and that, yeah, this. Oh boy. So that, I don't know what just happened there actually. I guess I'll at least open the shortcut. Maybe do a pass at the boss. Probably a half-assed one. As in, I don't know what I'm doing. um, but yeah, we're going smoothly. I guess there's a lot of momentum right now. So I'll just keep it going since we do need to get further. Man, I wonder how it feels to get like a rare drop your first time through. Because I've always had to farm these guys. I find it more frustrating that the game has a difficulty cap. I'd much rather it got to the point where it can't be beaten, and then the fun would be how far one person can get at a low level before they couldn't beat it anymore. Oh. Do you play Diablo 3 by chance? Because that's actually how that game works. Of course, it's a gear-dependent grind, but the end game is actually based on that philosophy. Man, really bad at fighting these knights right now. Okay. Wasting a bunch of S's, but that's okay, because we're going to be opening shortcuts here soon. Coming up are some of the rooms that I hate the most, because there's like a ridiculous amount of enemies. Meaning more than one. Because these guys are really aggressive. Ah, that's unfortunate. Moving along. Now I think if I go down there, there's like there's a room. Let's see. There's two different paths at this point. I'm trying to clear everything, but I'm also trying to be slightly efficient about what I do. Okay, one of these rooms has a Titanite demon. This is the room that goes down. I think this opens a shortcut, so I'm gonna go here. If you watch my videos, you'll realize I play a different kind of Dark Souls than you, even though it's the same game, and I play Path of Exile, not Diablo. Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. But yeah, you mentioned not being able to clear, you know, and seeing how far one can get. And it's sort of, I mean, Diablo 3 is sort of like, it does have infinite difficulty scaling, basically. And so I just thought it'd be interesting to bring it up. I'm not familiar with Path of Exile's endgame, so if it's the same or different or whatever, then it might not be relevant, but... Yeah, I'm actually quite interested to see, to watch your videos. I'll be checking them out here once I get off, but... Oops. But yeah, it's sort of like, I mean, you know, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really judge 100%, but I kind of feel like the way I'm playing is sort of an outsider kind of game designer approach. Like, what is the strategy to completing, you know, X challenge? And not even strategy, because I'm not going out of my way to say, all right, you know, let's use magic here and bows here or whatever. But really, it's more like, how does a sword and board deal with this particular situation. And then applying a task that works. You know, just sort of like, oh, the AI doesn't punish me for this, so I'm going to use this. And I might not be the most efficient at it, but I still feel like some of that's coming through. Ignore my onion army. Let's see, what was I working on? Let's see how our Uchi's doing. Oops. 133? Wait, I wonder if I... Oh yeah, I can equip it and then see what the stat change will do. It's only +2, so... Yeah, I get 6. I want to say it's, for now, it's probably better to just focus on the main stats. I play in an endgame manner where I feel like I did everything there is to do normally, so you turn Dark Souls into your own game and make games out of the game. And that just goes to show you, like, how... there are, you know, there's probably, like, technical terms for this in game design, but basically it's like... the world is, or not even the world, but like the systems they put in place just allowed for, oops, you know, allowed for you to do that, allowed for people to sort of be creative with it. Oh man, I'm being really slow. More like a PC modder than a person. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's more akin to like making a Doom WOD or something. From what I grasped from what you're saying. Did I just aggro both? No. Ow, and then I took it in his face. That's definitely interesting. It's kind of like where the next level of thought goes once the game is sort of exhausted. Crap. Catch his back there. And I think that's great that you, shoot. Do you, did you, like, apply that mentality to any of the other games in the series? Or was it really just Dark Souls that sort of brought that out? Can he punish that? Wow, that was gonna be a bad trade, but that's okay. That was gonna be a thrust trade. Oh, this guy doesn't move. I could've just ran past him. That's right. I mean, I could've just ran past everyone, but that's not the point right now. Yeah, because you said you had, so many hours in Dark Souls. Did you not find the other games um, as appealing in that regard? I know Dark Souls is kind of considered the classic among the series entries. But, I'm just curious about your opinion on the other games. Oh, boy. I don't even know if I want to fight this guy right now. This would be really boring. Yeah, I'm gonna back off. I said I'm gonna back off. You don't have to do that. Woo. Alright, so all you gotta do is run out there and go up the stairs, and you're outside. Perfect. In this atrium. Interesting. I could drop to get the items, or I could give the boss an attempt. Let's okay. Alright, I'll fight this one, and then I'll go check out Blacksmith, see what we can do over there. Kind of take my time before I want to crush my soul with Ornstein and Smo. It's funny, I actually think this is a great boss battle, even though it has its moments of complete BS, depending on the situation. Oh yeah, it's at the top. Oh man, what am I doing? Going all the way back down there. What am I doing? Am I even... Okay, I'm really like lost, honestly, because I'm just bad. Okay, there we go, there we go. Maybe I'm getting a little tired. Okay. Who are you? He doesn't even care. He's just like, who are you? Like, go away. No Titanite shards. Just Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls out came out too soon after Demon Souls for me to get into the type of mode of make that game like it. Dark Souls 2 doesn't have the freedom of 1. 2 puts you in a box that makes you play how it wants you to play. I didn't like that. Bloodborne I didn't play enough because I was down with consoles and never wanted to turn on my PS4. Yeah, that's actually interesting you mentioned that about consoles, but just from my experience with Bloodborne, it's not the, it's I usually consider it more of a strictly single-player game. Not strictly, but it definitely reminds me more of games like Ninja Gaiden for Xbox than it does of Bloodborne. I mean, sorry, Dark Souls. So it's still like got the spirit, which is in a great way. Oops. But I feel like it leans a little more toward other styles of game. We're gonna see how far we can push this. Okay, that's actually how far we can push it, isn't it? Let's see how we doing. 166, because I have low dex. Do I just not play other games? Any big fan of Dark Souls will tell you the same thing. They play other games and say, I wish this game was more like Dark Souls, and that it's not. You end up playing Dark Souls instead of the other game. Back when Demon Souls first was, alone, it destroyed games for me. in exactly the same way you're referring to. Basically, it's just I wanted games to feel as intricate and designed as Demon Souls, and likewise as Dark Souls. And to be honest, I play enough games to where it's happened to other games as well. It's not just Dark Souls, but I do understand, basically. Because yeah, I don't know if you heard, but yeah, this is not my first time playing this, obviously. And I definitely get the whole, the whole, like, ruining other games for you, and not, like, ruining, but, diminishing greatly the possibility for enjoyment in other games is something that I've experienced quite a few times, so. They get extra... Oh, yeah, if you look at game reviews these days, they give extra points for being more like Dark Souls. And I'm kind of fine with that, as long as... One thing that kind of bothers me is when developers go out of their way to say, our game is like Dark Souls. It's like, just let the game speak for itself. Don't go out of your way to compare it to other games. Like, that kind of leaves me feeling sour about it. Oh, I'm surprised that reached off the recoil there. Ooh, I hate when he does that. So yeah, there's kind of this tendency for developers to, like, use what's popular, I guess, but... Oh, so if you hit him once, that's actually... This is the kind of stuff I like. If you hit him once, he'll, like, backdash off to the side. And if I do R1, R2 combo, I actually step forward and chase it. And I catch the backdash for free. It's those little things that interest me. That's starting to make me like Broadsword moveset, because the one-handed R2 recovers fairly quickly, whereas I think the longsword one recovers slower. It's a stab though, and it does have high mods, like high damage modification. But there's just something nice about this quick, slash. So can I jump in there? I think I can. Cool. What do you think about speedruns and that sort of thing? I'm asking you a lot of questions because, with how many hours you have in this game, it's kind of like, I wonder what he thinks about, this other stuff that I'm interested in, because, like, I don't know what kind of mentality comes out of that, I guess. Or goes into, playing a game like that. Now, I know a lot of speedrunners rack up that many hours, or similar. So in that regard, I guess I'm sort of asking if it's sort of a similar thing, or if you understand it or get it. All right. Oh, you can upgrade with dragon stuff here. Oh. I was just asking your opinion on speedrunners, because I know they put in, tons of time many, many hours into one mentality of the game. So, you know, seeing that you've put so much into the game, so many hours, I was wondering what kind of, you know, whether you understand that or, you know, if you don't think it's worth time or anything like that. Let's see. So this actually does 200s flats. And if I can get... If I can get enough money, I can actually just upgrade this Drake sword. I'm not sure if it's worth upgrading it though. It is pretty cool, because like this combo is just so sick to me. Actually, forget this. I'm just gonna run to the boss. I tried to react to it, and I was just a few seconds late. Alright, well, this is gonna be probably gonna be a slobber knocker. He's gonna come flying at me. Nope, he's decided to walk this time. And he's decided to do a lunge. Usually, I walk in the boss gate and he's like doing that crazy dash all the way across the room. Probably should have been looking. Here's the dash. Oh boy, they both decided to charge similarly. Oops. Is Ornstein stuck? Nope. I'm just gonna try to block this. I know he's flying. He's flying. Okay, there we go. Wait, does Smo have the laugh from Demon Souls? The one that the fat ministers have? But like altered? I think he might. I never realized that. I heard someone laughing. Oh jeez. That could have hurt. Man, this is like, you know, I'm not doing any damage, so it's like, can I just... It almost feels like I don't get to win when I do this much damage. It's just not fair. I knew he was doing that, so I just incorrectly decided to block it. Oh, that's not healing a lot. Yeah, that's why you don't block that. Oh, boy. I was actually trying to dodge it that time. I was not choosing to pop. This is an interesting problem. Okay. Oh yeah, he has a follow-up. Kinda got lucky there. That was my bad, actually. It's a slow one. Oh boy. My character got up surprisingly quick from that. He was like, yep, I just got hit in the head, but I'm okay. Oh, we did the butt slam from way over there? Oh boy. And follow it, and I die. Alright, that's okay. I just wanted to get a little bit of experience fighting them before. At least seeing them again after all these years. Dragonfloss says, I understand speedrunning, I understand the fun of it, the skill of it. It's not something that interests me at all. Speedrunners try to find a linear path to shorten the game as much as possible. The way I play is to turn the game content into my own thing, use it to my own will, and expanding the game content, making it longer, finding new paths that you can never find by shrinking the game for a faster time. Yeah. It definitely makes sense with, you know, what we've been talking about. But it's kind of interesting to me that both outcomes are a high amount of time playing the game, even if, you know, they have completely different mindsets. So yeah, I think that's interesting. Well, I appreciate you hanging out, discussing game things. I appreciate you watching, and so I'm gonna probably take off for the night. I made some good progress, I would say. So take it easy. Keep up the unjolly cooperation. And have a good night.